Worship the fire. Oh, the same fire. The same fire. That's what's coming. That fire is going to ignite and wake up. It's going to wake up the dead. And that fire is going to curse the unholy, and they're going to become ashes under the feet of the holy. Have no fear. Trust in Him. Follow Him. Follow His commandments if you love Him. That's the test. If you want to be married, you got to show up for the wedding dressed in your gown. If you don't have light in your windows, the groom won't gather you. The groom are the Jews. They need to go gather their bride. And if there's no love in the windows, if you want to know the Torah, know more about your master and his statutes and his laws in order to serve him and be one with him, then you don't want to be married. There's a candle lit in the windows of the soul. If you have love in you and you have peace in you, you have shalom in you, you have the King of peace in you, do you not? If you have love in you, you have His fire in you, do you not? There's different levels of fire. And what people think is evil, actually what I'm even doing right now, people are going to call evil as I'm feeling what I'm feeling in here. Let Him be judged. Let's all be judged by His light and fire. I'm just trimming my lampstand because His oil is in me. And you want the oil, but you can't have it. May you not receive Kabbalah, you who judge unrighteously. This is He gave me a bow, and I'm the arrow. The bow is in my hand. And in the mouth it's fire. It's a rainbow of fire. The frequencies that comes out that I can bring judgment to whom He chooses, or whom I choose actually. You see, in this new kingdom, the king gives up to half of his wealth to his wife. And he actually listens to his wife. He actually asks us who we want in the house and who we want in the kingdom. You see, each king and priest has an authority over their kingdom. And you'll see that all these years, and all these saints and all these people they've been praying to and all these rabbis that everybody's under, you're no higher than your master. So the one that you've been serving, the rabbi that you've been following, is your master, and he is your king and priest. So we're dealing with powers and principalities. I'm just here to put your masters in their places. I can't believe I don't even have a high school diploma, and I go against the early church fathers. I go against Rambam. I go against these people. Why? All I know is He lives in me, and He tells me these things, and I have to listen and obey. So I have no right. I'm just a man. But the Mashiach lives in me, and He wants His heart, the Father's heart, exposed to the world of what's going on right now. So until the Father's heart is exposed and His children come home, He's going to cause chaos around the whole world. And we're going to be blamed for all that chaos because we're bringing judgments to the world, but it's what has to happen. Yes, somebody called this a cursed stick. I guess it is. It's also a blessed stick. It's a blessed stick to the holy and a cursed stick to the unholy. You see, that's how it's working. His light brings blessing and curse. His fire brings glory and burning. If a nuke goes off next to you and you are in His glory, all it's going to do is bless you and curse all the evil around you. See, radiation, it's all frequency. What I'm trying to say is His judgments are coming. And he's going to clean house from the top to the bottom. And I don't know exactly how it's going to happen, but I see a people living in a new fire that are full of his glory and in love for each other. Yerushalayim will be a place of peace and love like you've never seen before. And only the holy can go within there. It will be such a fire that the unholy cannot even go anywhere near. The radiation will burn them. But the people within Yerushalayim and Zion will be so in love with each other that they will be constantly laying their lives down for each other and serving each other. There's 144,000 servants that are sister brides to the king. He is the king. We're all marrying him. 144,000. And he's going to protect us in his stone, in this high frequency of love. Just remember how Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego went into the place 7 times hotter. That is what's coming, is his glory. And it's coming with this planet called Hebrew. The Hebrew planet is coming. And it's to bring judgment to the world, just like it did when Moshe was here. That planet is the Son of Righteousness. And that's who's coming to bring judgments to the world. It's going to bless the holy and curse the unholy. And we're going to have, that's why it's so important that we keep this Pesach that is coming up. That you do it righteously and shed his blood on the earth. Because that blood will become it's a way for him to be with us. Let's just put it that way. The blood needs to go into the earth so he's grounded here. And that will protect your doorposts in the fleshy realm. And you doing the feast and all these things will protect from the upper realm, the fire side. You being in his protected place, which is a high frequency. It's a high part of the fire. It's his highest spirit, his highest color of the rainbow. And it's being in that, being in his pure light, you're protected from everything. And that's who his bride is, and that's who he takes in now. The bride that he's been waking up. She's been trimming her lampstand. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let them judge how they want to judge. Let the blessing and the cursing come. That's what I'm here for. I do it out of love. Just know I love you. Because the Father loves you. And the Father likes to discipline. Because he's a good Abba. Because he wants his children to come home. So he's going to make Yaakov, he's going to make Israel, the lost, Ephraim especially, have to eat with the pigs and be feeding the pigs until they're willing to come home and be the least in the kingdom of the Father. He's going to make all these things happen. He's going to shake up the world to bring up the cream to the top, to expose who is the fat of the world, who is the light of the world, who gives the world substance. It's those who choose to give their lives up for him and let him increase in us and let us decrease. What you see as ego in me is actually him in me, and I've already decreased at this point because your ego is always afraid of what others think of you. I'm afraid of what my Father thinks of me. So I serve him even though it makes everybody dislike me. If I was here to build a kingdom on this earth, wouldn't I be making everybody like me? I'm really not that stupid. I would be nice to people in a way that would pet them, in a way that they would think they were holy. But I'm here to expose what's in your garment, to make you ready for the kingdom that's coming, the fire that is coming. If you don't want to be exposed, I've had many people tell me, I don't want to know, then they go away. I'm here to measure the inner court. That's why he gave me this stake. That's what the whole thing has been talking about for years. And trust me, the only reason I'm even saying these things is because I want him exposed. This is not what I want. I don't want to do any of these things. Personally, it's going against my whole ego of what I want. I don't want to be exposed in that way. I don't want to be on stage. I don't want to be... I'm scared when healings happen from me. And it scared the heck out of me because they were basically saying I did it and they knew it was him, and I didn't want to do it anymore because I didn't want to be glorified in that way. I didn't want people worshiping me in a sense. And so I'm not out for my own glory. I want his heart to be known, and that's it. And he said I was in this Beth Kavod thing, and the Beth Kavod is 144,000 that are going to be going up to Zion. It's his bride. And it's from every group. The Yehuda has too, even though we're a symbol of the bride, the lost 10 tribes. Part of Yehuda, 30,000 is coming from the kingdom of Yehuda, of the 144,000. That's 2.5 tribes. It's all to bring the kingdom. May it come how he chooses. All I am is a willing vessel for him. And what you're going to think is evil and ego, I even prophesied that to my wife years ago. I said, it looks like I'm going to turn into an egomaniac in the future. And I go, it just looks like that, but it's him in me. And now I'm experiencing it. Yes. But let him be risen up in you as well. Let the light shine in you, and you become the gift that you are to Israel, and you become that living stone, and stop being the Illuminati's brick, because it was all built up for the children at the end to put their living stone at the top. They all built it. Even what we went to in Israel, I said, "Look, Abba, you're going to have to do everything for me." And he literally built the altar and did everything. All Stone had to do was put the tips on the top, and then I offered the lamb on top. He makes it all happen. So be thankful for all things. Be thankful for the kingdom of Yehuda, because through them, some that went wayward and became the kingdom of Satan, they built something. Money was their god, and they built the world. They made the wealth of the world. Abba blessed them with their Torah, with his Torah. And they're going to be under the feet. Those that receive him will become whatever, but they are now under the feet of the children. They become the 13th tribe. And that's what he had me do in 2016 on the Jubilee. And that's why he said I was cursing the tribe of Dan. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just listen and do. And he was putting this tribe that were the judges of the world and the power of the world, and he put them underneath the feet of the children like a serpent, because they judged unrighteously and they brought unholiness to the world. They're still part of the kingdom. They just have to worship from the feet. Abba bless everybody with his light. Each one is part of his kingdom. These are all powers and principalities. But somebody has to put everybody in their place, and that's what he's choosing me to do, apparently. So you think it's witchcraft, and me shaking my, you know what these rings say? It's the Lech HaLudi. I am my beloved's, and my beloved is mine. And it's the Moshiach ben David. And it's interesting because there used to be 3 bands on here. One of them was Mashiach ben Yosef. That's who the Lamb is. And that was a church age. It was to bring us into the kingdom age now. And it broke off. And I'm like, why? Did I lose my Yeshua? What's going on here? It's like, no. It's like, just that Lamb has become a lion. And now it's about Ben David, about him coming to bring the kingdom down. It's not about it's not about him going up on the cross anymore. He's kind of he's done. He's done. I saw him open the scrolls. He's done. He said, I even died for them, and they still sin. They think that I died to give them freedom to sin. This is a big lie. So anyway, praise Yah, his kingdom comes, and he's going to come through all of us as each one of us is activated by his light. Our menorahs are lit up. We become the living stone of light that we were made to be. And it literally sings to him, and we come together with our missing stones. We become one. I've got a stone right in front of me, and we're one. He wants to go wherever I go. Why? Well, because he loves the Father, and he sees the Father in me. And then I see the Father in him. I see the Mashiach in him. It's through we see the Father in each other through the Mashiach, the Spirit of the Mashiach. Then we see that we're all one in creation. So that's what you're going to see. You're going to see multiple Mashiachs. We're coming up as Mashiachs. because he lives in us and he can be king in us. And if you don't understand, then you don't understand the scriptures that you think that you understand so greatly, because the sons of light are here now as angels to bring his kingdom down. And I know I've been fighting angels in the heavens for a long time and in the earth. Anyway, praise God. May his kingdom come. I think I'm hungry now. I'm falling back to the flesh. Shalom, shalom. God bless you.